All right, guys, it looks like we are live. And I just wanted to get started here talking a little bit about the new Trinity Wars set that's coming out. And it's probably looking like probably one of the better sets of recently. So we're all excited about that. Everyone that's been previewing the set and a lot of DC fans have been thrilled about that. And it's been a while for me making videos, and I actually kind of forcing myself to do this, or I can just always make excuses of not finding time and being busy and all that. But anyways, it's been a while. You guys probably are wondering what I'm up to. Just working a lot. I think one of the last times I didn't have my surgery, and if you can see right here, this is where I had some skin cancer removed. 29 and that happened. It's actually been there for a little while. So anyways, it is what it is. But dealing with it. So I don't know. Something new. What's new? What's new? I'm going to be hosting a rock event, super qualifier in April. Trying to nail down the date. I believe right now the date is, let me take a look. I posted it the other day, the 18th of April in Melbourne, Florida. It's subject to change, but we're really trying to keep it to that date, and hopefully it works out, which should be within a week or so. Everything's nailed down. But I'm really excited about that. Hopefully I can, generate enough buzz so we get a decent turnout. And yeah, it should be really good for the area in Florida to have a pretty decent sized Heroclix tournament. I think the state needs it, and I know a lot of people locally are looking forward to that event as well. So it's pretty cool. Let's see what else is going on. Personally, I have been following Heroclix, taking a look at the previews and stuff, but haven't got to play too much. Obviously, with a little boy and a busy schedule, it is quite difficult. But little Ronan is doing pretty well, about to start walking, so it's a handful. But I'm starting to find a little bit more free time because he's a little bit more independent, even though he's 10 months. But you know how it is. It's been a little bit easier. But anyway, so yeah, I've been working on game design for other games, not Heroclix, but like my own company. It's pretty fun, but it's a lot of hard work, and it's kind of just like on the side project, just like hobby type thing of just game design. So I don't know, it's exciting. You guys, I know a lot of people, play other games than just Heroclix. So you may have seen some demos on there, but yeah, just tinkering with some ideas. But anyways, I don't want to go on too far on this because we want to talk about the Heroclix, and there's a lot of figures that have been previewed. Today we've got the alternate universe Lex Luthor. And what was the other one? I have them right here. Let me see. Lex Luthor, duh. So I'm going to go take a look, start with them, and then we're going to work all the way down to Superman, so this might take a while. I could be long-winded, but I'm going to get going. I'll take a look at the comments as we go. Don't expect too many people to be on, since I gave you guys like no notice at all, and you guys probably didn't think I made videos anymore. So we're going to get going here. All right, so I'm going to screen share. It makes it a lot easier for you guys to see what I'm talking about. Okay. Majam, I don't even know. Mazam, I don't even start with it. I don't even know. But anyways, as you can see here, Alexander Luthor. We're going to take a look at this guy, 210 Mystics. This is super rare. All of the super rare so far have looked pretty amazing. I think this is, there's a lot of issues going on with Heroclix of late. Like, like a lot of people not buying boosters because I believe people are feeling that the value of the boosters are not as good as maybe they once were. And that could be because super rares are very devalued or in like chases are really cheap. You know, collectors and people that are spending $100 for a brick, you know, kind of think that they want to get that value. And it's really been hard lately. It seems like they haven't really put enough figures or the right figures or good figures in the slots to make some good value. This is an example of a lesser known character, but a really good dial. But you will see that the Trinity, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman are all going to be super rares. There's a Zatanna. There's some other ones we'll cover as well that you'll see that looks like they, you know, a lot of people don't like that it's going to be harder to get, but it'll make that super rare spot all that much more rewarding when you pull that figure. All right, so let's get going. We have a character that when he KOs another opposing character, you can choose a power from that character, choose a standard power that character possesses on any of its clicks, and he can use it for the rest of the game. If you look on this dial here, you see like there's no stat powers for the attack other than this Dark Lightning, which is quite good. This guy has almost unlimited potential because I think it stacks. Like you could kill multiple characters and steal multiple powers. And depending on what you take out, you could really load him up with a bunch of stuff and it could be really powerful. It's another combination that people like to see, Flyer with Indom and Mystics, and he's got Hypersonic. These stats here are going to be really, really deadly. It's a shorter dial, but with the ability to steal powers once you KO them, it looks good. We have this Dark Lightning power. You can use Pulse Wave. After the action's resolved, each opposing character hit by this attack must choose a power it possesses. All other powers on this character are countered. It's crazy. So you Pulse Wave someone. Okay, great. Whatever the damage is dealt, it happens. Now they choose a power, and then they lose everything else. So if you attack with him first, depending on what they take out, your other guys can just pick them off. The potential of that is unknown to exactly what you're attacking. And when you KO someone, you're taking powers. I mean, it's just really good. It's just really good. One power I can see right now that you would want to take is Super Strength. You take Super Strength, and now this guy is just a complete monster. Good attack, great damage, and above average defenses, and really good damage reducers. Good stuff here. I like him for a super rare spot. He's a little expensive with a short dial for 8 clicks, but I like him. I think there's some potential there. All right, Lex Luthor. Okay. This is something that I think you guys are going to like as well. We have Lex Luthor begins the game with a subterfuge token. Now what this does, it is opposing characters can only target him if they begin the turn adjacent to him. When Lex Luthor targets an opposing character with an attack, remove all tokens from his card. Okay, this is insane. I really think it's insane because if you look on that 200-point dial, now it's a short dial. I will say it's short, but run and shot Pulse Wave with a 4 damage. I mean, if you get the first attack off with him, which you should because of this token, I mean, that's basically saying, okay, I get a 4 damage lead on you. Pretty much. It's insane. And you can get it back as well. Later in the dial, near when he's dead, if you get back underground when this click is revealed, add a token to his card, which would then give this back to him. He starts with it on, well, actually, he gets it on his both 100-point and 200-point. 200 points is solid for 100 points, which if you see, it's only 4 clicks, which would be 25 points each. but it's charged super strength, and we really have to talk about his special damage, what gives him leadership and outwit. When he uses leadership and succeeds, he may instead remove an action token from a friendly character with the Injustice League keyword within 3 squares and regardless of point value. That is good. That means he can take off tokens from higher pointed characters and within 3 squares, so they don't have to be adjacent to him. Good stuff. You can't argue with that as well. For those extra benefits, it is the Injustice League. But the leadership and outwit is, you can use those standard. The outwit is great, so charge, boom. The pulse wave attack up top, yeah, I mean, the outwit's always a bonus. But I think you can basically move him on the board, barring, your opponent is probably going to try to base you with someone to take you off of, make you attack them. But if you play your cards right, you should be able to get your attack off first, blow your token, but put on good damage on your opponent, and make it work. I think it's good. I mean, if you have to blow your token on some, scrub, definitely not good. I don't know if it's meta worthy, but it's definitely worthy of considering it. He does have some regen as well. Those first 5 clicks have potential to do a lot of damage and hurt your opponent. We'll see. I think there's something there. There's something there. All right, Zatanna. Now this one is very interesting. If you look at the trait, you can start basically at the back of the dial and work your way to the front and then KO that way, or you can work your way like the normal way. Okay, if you start from the top, you really are an attacker with Psychic Blast and Precision Strike, which basically says, I'm going to get through anything. I'm going to get through anything. The only thing you look in here is I don't want to see shape change. Oh, well, shape change is a pain in the butt. But from range, she's a flyer, so she could be standing on hinder end. That's an 18 ESD. You're at 20. Not bad. Not bad at all. I could see playing her at the full points on the attacker side. But if you decide you want to use her as the support side, which I don't know, that's kind of a lot of points for her for a support. You would get free action to choose barrier or perplex, barrier and perplex, or enhancement and probability. And you're looking at defend at 17, which is kind of low a little bit for defend. But you do have the TK. I was thinking of some kind of strategy you could use with her on that defensive side. And, sidestep and TK is great, especially with the fact that you have carry, so you could do that. The barrier and perplex, or the TK and perplex out. And then the next turn, since you already have a token, the barrier side's not really going to help you that much unless you want to push, but you lose that power. You could go with the probability, and then TK. I don't know. It's either going to be TK or prob, TK or perplex, whichever you need the most. But the fact that she has sidestep as well. I mean, she's got a lot of options. I think she's if you're going to go with the support side, her second click, which would be the 8, 11, 16 with some support, also is pretty good. She's got a lot going on there. She's also super rare, as I told you earlier. There's going to be a lot of well-known characters in super rare slots. Competitively, I see her better on the attacker side with the run shot. But, in the right team setting, maybe the support side might be the best. Maybe more competitive, the attacker side, and maybe in larger games when you want some of the healer, all these support powers, maybe you want to play her on the backside. That could be a good alternative. Okay, let's keep it going. Frankenstein, I'm looking at the stats here. If you look at them, they're pretty basic. We got basically 10s and 9s as attack, defenses 17, 16, and toughness. I mean, nothing great, But there is this one thing that I really need to note here. There's a Blades power, Archangel's Sword. If you roll it and you get a 4 through 6, hit characters can't be healed this game, even if this power is lost. That is huge. Now, not everyone can heal or, either heal themselves by steal energy or regeneration or the traditional support. So that could be limited in some such situations. But the one thing I do want to mention is if you do hit someone and they have a team that's all about healing, you shut them down. Like, you shut them down hard. So it is kind of situational, but it's not bad at all. Plus, you do the blades and it does the normal damage and they can't be healed. So, another thing, this set has a lot of healing in it. A lot of characters have regeneration near the end of their dial. You'll notice that as well. And he's got regeneration. If you look at it as a whole, it's a solid piece, especially since it's under 100 points with Indom, and it's relatively long dial. There's something to be said with this piece. I don't know. There's no. I will say, what is it? Click 5 and 6. There's some potential there to be pretty nasty with close combat. And the last thing, he does have this special movement power. When Frankenstein or a friendly character KOs an opposing character that is 50 points or more with an attack, all friendly characters with the Justice League Dark keyword can be given a move action as a free action this turn. That cannot be understated. That is really powerful. It seems like the Justice League Dark has a lot going for it in this set. I can't wait for it. A lot of mystics in here. It's going to be crazy. And this guy is going to help you. And when you KO someone, the free move action could be really, really big. And that's a pretty looking cool sculpt, let me tell you. Okay, Green Lantern. Now this one right here, I'm not 100% sold on this guy. I don't really see what the big deal is here. We get a different kind of Green Lantern. We get Charger, TK, willpower, and enhancement. Nothing spectacular here. Kind of a short dial. It is cheap for Green Lantern at under 100 points. I just don't know. Like, if that defense power was on the top click, I'd be like, this guy is amazing. And there might be some type of strategy some people try to find to get to that click, but it is not that easy to be 4 clicks down on a 100-point character. And the real cool thing is, he gets barrier and combat reflexes, but when he uses barrier, he may place in one additional block and terrain marker adjacent to each friendly character within range and with the Justice League of America keyword. These additional markers do not need to be adjacent to the other markers. So that, you're basically doing barrier, and then you get to put a little barrier token adjacent to all friendly characters within range. That is insanely good, let me tell you. The only problem, it's on his 4th, 5th, and 6th click. So it's not going to come up. And I don't think you're going to want to push him to get there. It's too many clicks, and it's an expensive character just for barrier. I don't know. If that click was on the first click, I'd be like, this guy is amazing. But it's not. And placement matters a lot in this game. Other than that, you get a Charger with willpowers. That's not too bad. And you get enhancement. He just plays weird, I think. He plays weird. In 17 is easy to hit. It's just easy to hit. It's just too easy to hit. He could be on those clicks in one shot. He would be. But do you really want to play like that? I don't think you do. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something with him. Okay, let's go. Okay, Power Ring. When Power Ring is given a non-free action after the other than a move action, roll a d6 on a result of 1 or 2, deal him damage. He is He's 70 points. He's got some interesting combinations here that could make him beneficial, but because that is a random trait that you don't know if you're going to get or not get, it's hard to plan for it. So if you look on the first dial here, you got TK. So you use TK, boom, you roll for it. You may be on your second click or you may still be there. I say... It's hard to say because I'm like, well, push to get to that second click because that second click is actually pretty good. Run and shot, pulse wave, willpower, 3 damage. That's not bad. The problem is how do you push to get there? If you do a move action to push to it, fine, right? Fine. You're not going to have to roll for that power. And you can push yourself by moving, so not a problem. But the fact that you do it that way, you possibly are just given a click away without doing something. Traditionally, you would probably say, hey, let me do a TK. It's worth me to do a TK to push. Okay, well, the problem with that, if you push with a TK, you automatically get to click 2, right? And now you still have to roll for your power. If you don't get your number, like if you get 3 and above, okay, good. You made it. You succeeded. You didn't kill yourself. If you did roll a 1 or 2, now you're on click 3, and you basically have the same stats again. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. A lot of risk with this guy. We have some other special powers for movement, which is good. This is kind of good. He can phase and teleport, and he can carry up to 3 friendly characters if they share a keyword with him, regardless of speed symbols. That's amazing. That's good. That's almost the value of 70 points right there. And we also have a perplex, which he will have starting to perplex. Opposing characters within 6 squares cannot use perplex to target characters with a point value higher than their own. No one's complaining about that. That's pretty good. So if you look at the front click, the first click, we got a guy that can carry 3 friendly characters with same keywords, which you're probably going to play him with that. You got TK and you have perplex. It's a good combination, really good support powers for 70 points. The problem, like I said, is that ability that trait where you could potentially hurt yourself, but you may not ever roll that to damage. You may not roll that number to damage yourself. But yeah, click 2 and click 4 are pretty good offensive clicks. Run a shot, pulse wave with willpower. That's good. I like him. I like him a lot. He's just a little bit unpredictable. Okay, Blue Devil. All right, now we're getting into the meat right here. Blue Devil, when this guy released, everyone was like, you can even see it. Good night, Kyle Rayner and Sodom Yacht. And that's basically what this guy's going to do. Adjacent friendly characters with the Justice League Dark keyword, ignore Mystics. So ignoring Mystics is really good. There's a lot of Mystics in this set. So that's going to play a huge factor. Sealed, really good. Competitively, we will see how it shakes out. This is probably the first hard counter to Kyle Rayner, who has been mopping up the competitive scene in The Rock. So we'll see what he does. Looking at his stats here, his opening click is not bad. Running shot, energy explosion, penetrating psychic blast with a 17. 17 kind of scares me a little bit. I kind of like that 18 in the second click, but do I really want to give up that 11 attack? A lot of give and take here. He does not have willpower. He's not a flyer, and he only has 6 range, but he does 2 targets. I will cover that the power that I was talking about. Blue Devil damages a character, and a speed power is revealed. And a special power is revealed that stops the dial from turning. After the action resolved, deal that character 2 unavoidable damage. So if you know Kyle Rayner, he has that stop click. You hit that stop click, he stops. Sonya also has it if you play at the full points. So basically what will happen is that special power will stop the dial. Boom. After the actions resolve, deal that character 2 more additional damage. So basically, it's like, oh, my stop power kicked in, no more damage dealt to me. After the action resolves, like, now take your supernatural exorcism 2 damage. Now that pops you off of your stop click. Brutal. That's pretty brutal. Let me say. But it's a hard counter to stop click characters, not to everything. In middle dial, we have super strength and prob. I don't know. Like his powers that he has in his top dial is pretty solid. He could do some good things, or he could go down, just go down hard. I don't know. Jury is still out on this guy. If you keep him top dial, then you're going to be loving him. Especially if you go against Kyle Rayners, he's going to just eat him up. But Kyle, if he gets the first hit on him, it's pretty much a done deal with this guy. All right, let's go. I like him though. I think there's some good potential with him, and Energy Explosion and Psychic Blast is not bad at all. 3 damage and then splash damage of 2 with Psychic Blast. Good stuff. Okay, guys. The real deal is right here. This is the guy that everyone's going to want to get. I'm calling it right now. I mean, there's going to be there's other great figures in this set, but this one is the one. This is one of the figures people are going to be like, oh my God, I need this figure. Why? He's 112 points. And what do you get? I could possibly do 6 damage to you in the first turn with a heavy object. He's a flyer. He has Indom. He's got Hypersonic Super Strength, Impervious, 18-4 damage, 11-11, 18-4. Beautiful. Second click, 10-12, 17-3. That's Exploit Weakness. Heavy object, you're doing 5 damage. Okay. He's got a short dial. He really does have a short dial, but we're talking this guy is dealing some damage. And the opening click of Hypersonic is amazing. I love it. I don't really play characters like this, but for the points, he's very tempted. Very tempted. I think this might be one of the better figures in the set. I'm calling meta worthy right here. He looks too good to not. The only problem I see, he's a prime. So if there's any other prime figures that you want to play, you have to pick which prime you want to play. He's a short dial. But I don't know. I love him. I do. I really think this guy's really good. With some TK, this guy you're gonna like him. I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you get left out, he could get picked off real hard. But if you get the first attack off, you might be looking pretty good. He does have a pulse wave power with 9 range. When he does, after the actions resolve, heal Freddie Freeman 1 damage for each hit opposing character. So he can be on his last 3 clicks and potentially heal back to the top click, depending on how many characters he hit. I mean, if you're on your 4th click, you only have 3 more clicks to your top click. I mean, you pop that off, boom, boom, you're top dial. I mean, even if you hit 1 character, you get that 1 heal, and it's not bad. Like, if you hit 1 character, you're not hating that at all anyways, because now you're doing full damage and you get a heal off. Not bad at all. That power is great. The only problem I see is it doesn't pair up with Hypersonic, because you can't Hypersonic and Pulse Wave, but make your decision on what you want to do. I mean, you can still Pulse Wave and get some heals off. That's kind of good. Or Hypersonic, Pop Shot, and run away. Depending on the situation, if you do not want them to hit you back. But Pulse Wave ignores all powers, so anything they have there could really hurt them. All right, let's keep it going here. Oh, Shazam. Okay. All right. I'm really happy they're doing Shazam again. It's been forever. There's some things here that are a little bit discouraging. He's kind of expensive. He is kind of expensive. Trying to figure out exactly if he's worth the 183 points, and he does not have Indom. Yes, he gets Quintessence 4 times on the dial, but it's not necessarily on his best clicks, even though those clicks are disgusting. Okay, so he starts off with Defend as a trait. Looking at that, I mean, when you look at Defend, you're looking for 18s at minimum. And you look at this guy and you see 2 clicks of 18s, and you're like, okay, well. Now, if you have a guy that's hurt and he's at 16, then the Defend up to 17, I mean, whatever, that's cool. I mean, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Defend at 17. Just not a fan of it. Defend at 18, okay. Defend at 19, even better. 20 Despotelis, you know how it works. Okay, we got an activation click here, which is pretty cool, though. I like this because this is a good strategy to help your whole team out and get him going. It's a free action, so technically you can free action, pop him onto his second click, and still give him that action to do that charge, which is fantastic. And it also empowers a friendly character with +1 stats for that till the end of your turn. So that's really, really cool. I mean, I can't think of all the combinations that are amazing for this, but there's a lot of potential here. The only downside to it is it's the first click. Now, I'm not necessarily okay. I'm gonna go on the limb here and just throw this out because I don't see a reason why it can't happen. And I just thought of it. What if there was some kind of combination you could do that you activated that power? Now, you can't activate that power more than 1 time in a turn because you can only be given the same free action once per turn. But what if you pop that, right? Pop that, gave someone +1 stats, they did whatever they're going to do, and then you get your action because you didn't give yourself an action, and you do your charge, your attack, right? Whatever. What if you get healed and you heal yourself back to the top click and you do that rinse and repeat? I'm thinking that could be really disgusting. I don't know. That's something I don't know. That piqued my interest a little bit. And look at the stats. You see them. They're pretty solid, but nothing amazing. I think what really drives him up in points is the Shazam power, where he gets flurry, sidestep, and quintessence. Those are amazing clicks. They're only 10 attacks, but I mean, every single one of them is dealing at least 6 damage with both attacks, and you got probs, perplexes, and 2 outwits. I mean, you could sidestep over, flurry, bye-bye. Devastating, really. I like him, but I'm really interested about possibly doing some kind of strategy of activating that power to get +1 stats, have him attack, heal him back up to his top click, and rinse and repeat. Could be very interesting. Could be really interesting with that. I explore that one a little bit more. That's pretty cool. Firestorm. Okay, this is going to be the guy that basically replaces M10 Iron Man. Okay, so when he would take damage from another character using a resource, Firestorm ignores that damage roll of D6 on a result above 1 through 3, deal him 1 unavoidable damage. So if you have a resource, attack him 4 through 6, nothing. If you do, 1 damage if I roll a 1 through 3. Okay, cool. M10. Can't remember exactly his role. And M10 might have been actually 5 or 6. I don't know. I can't even remember, but it doesn't even matter. It's the same premise, but he actually has some cool stuff. He's got Energy Explosion with Precision Strike. This guy actually is not bad to push. You do lose the move and attack, but that 11-18 perplex is not bad. I like it. 7 range. And he's for 140, you also get a longer dial. than the M10 Iron Man at the halfway point, because the full 200 point plus dial for Iron Man always felt good. It was good, but it just was it was expensive for what you got, but it was good. Like most people played him at the 125, like competitively. That's what people played him at. Firestorm, basically that's what you're getting. You look at here, you get that. If you're playing against people with resources, this guy's going to be amazing. If not, it's going to be a solid piece, but he's not worth 140 points if you're playing against someone with no resources. That's pretty much cut and dry there. If they do have a resource, I mean, really good. Deathstorm. Okay, this guy's pretty solid. Taking a look at the stats here, running shot, alternate with phase in. Pretty good damage output here. Kind of average to below average defense stats here. Nice invulnerability up top. Attack stats, very, very plain. Yeah, I mean, the stats on this guy are not blowing me out of the water. But let's take a look at his powers here and see if we can see something that will make him a little bit better. Okay, so we have this absorb your well, let's skip that one. Human experiment. He can use perplex. When he does, if he targets a character of 75 points or less, he may modify the combat values by +2 or -2. That's pretty good. That starts off right from the bat. He has that click 1 through 3. So basically, if you play with a friendly character, you could perplex them by +2 if they're under 75, or if they're 75 or less. If it's an opposing character, you can do -2. Well, you could do +2, but I doubt you would want to do that. But you could do that, and that's really, really good. So 75 points is, so far, I don't even know if we've covered someone under 75 points, but it's cool. Or you can just use normal perplex, which is nice. So you can look at those stats, and that 10 could be 11, or that 3 could be a 4, or that 17 could be an 18. You know that potential. So that makes him a little bit better, especially with the +2 options. He obviously is 150 points, so he won't be able to perplex himself out by 2. Deathstorm absorb your energies. Can use energy shield deflection and toughness. Okay, not bad. If this click is revealed as a result of taking damage from a ranged attack, after the action resolve, roll a d6 and heal him damage equal to the result. Now, this is kind of interesting. I need to know exactly how this is ruled upon, because it says if this click is revealed as a result of taking damage from a ranged attack, after the action's resolved, roll the d6. What if he is KO'd? He is KO'd. Okay. He's on click 3. He gets hit from a range attack. The power is revealed, but it doesn't stop the click. So you go through, okay, and he gets KO'd. Does that power still activate because it was revealed, and then you do? I don't know. I don't know. But that's interesting. If that is the case, that's almost an automatic way for him not to die from range attacks. That's kind of cool. But I don't want to say that's the case, because it doesn't say. There's a couple rules in the game where it'll say, like, if the power is lost, the power, if it says, like, it'll say basically, like, can't ignore the power even if it's lost. And technically, if he was KO'd, the power would have been lost. So it's very possible that it only activates, like, you only use the power if it's still showing, but it has to, activate from a range attack. That's probably the way it is, but I don't know. I know there's the rule. Heroclix guys out there are probably, thought of what I just thought, but we'll see. It's probably that he has to stay on there, but it's kind of cool. But even still, if you do get to use that power, it's a roll of d6 and you heal that. This guy could be really hard to kill. You're going to have to hit him from close combat, which he doesn't even have the defense powers for that. So you're going to want to come up close to him, because that range, he's going to be hard to hit with the ESD. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. As you see here, I'm just going to show this. This is kind of a demo of a game that I was working on. It was going to be a token game, like an army token kind of game. It's still in the bag here. Like, we're still working on it, but we moved on to things a little bit more less complex. There's my number crunching. We're working on a card game right now. But anyways, Vampire. Okay. Looking at him, we have 75 points, and we get our... Okay, I get activity over here. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Thomas texting me. Okay, let's go. Starting out here, this is great. I love these stats here. Charge, blades, and exploit weakness. Thank you with 2 damage. I'm going to blades all day with exploit weakness. Okay, yeah, that's great. Hypersonic, steal energy the rest of the dial after those 2 clicks. Stats kind of go down, so he's not really that great, but with the ability to steal energy is not bad. The top 2 clicks are actually worthy of his play. Other than that, the rest of his dial is just kind of like, maybe I'll steal energy up. I don't know. Frankenstein says if I hit you with that blade, you're not healing up nothing. So that's kind of dangerous for him. He's got Indoms and is a flyer. I like this guy quite a bit. Now you see when he blows up to Ultimate Vampire. I'm not even going to go with this guy with this. It gets ridiculous. He's Ultimate Vampire, basically. Probability control, give him power action and heal. Each adjacent friendly character 1 damage. Stop. He has a stop. Okay, no, that's another. He also has a stop dial. So Blue Devil will laugh at him. Blue Devil will wreck him. Blue Devil wrecks him. Because, okay, if you look at the dial, Blue Devil's not going to have a problem at all. At all getting to his stop click. Blue Devil laughs at him so hard. And then when he gets the stop click, he's like, okay, yeah, take 2 additional damage. So that puts him on his last click. So he doesn't kill him automatically, but for the points, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Blue Devil says, okay, bring it. Blue Devil owns him. Blue Devil owns him. That's basically all I can say. That's all I can say. Yeah. Tim Hunter. Okay, guys. This guy, I was looking at him, and there's some cool things with him. There also is a little bit of, like, the unknown, and he's got that short dial with no stop click, so that last click is not a guarantee. I can see a lot of people trying to build meta teams with him in mind because that last click for under 60 points is just, if you could see me right now, I'm going to show you right now. It's just shaking your head. It's just shaking your head. It's too good. All right, let me go. You don't want to look at me anymore. Don't look at me. Okay. Okay, we have running shot, ESD, probability control, pulse wave, super senses, willpower, and then we also have on his dial perplex and impervious. So basically, if you attack me, I get ESD, so I'm like a 20, maybe 21 if I'm standing hindering. Okay, great. Now I get to roll super senses and impervious. And on top of that, if you hit me on the first time, I say probability control that. It's insane. If you get on that click for the points, I mean, there's not anything better than that. Now, it's hard to get on that click. It's click 4. And to get there, there's nothing really stopping it. He's really soft. He does have some pretty cool things, though. Tim Hunter and adjacent friendly characters with the Justice League Dark keyword cannot be the target of opposing characters' probability. So that's pretty good. He has a defense power. Before any attack roll, Tim Hunter may replace his defense value with unmodified defense value of any adjacent friendly character with the mystical keyword. So that 16 is not a 16. It's going to probably be at least a 17 or 18, so that helps. He also has a power where you can give him a free action and choose an adjacent friendly character with a mystical keyword and with one or more action tokens. He can then use the powers possessed by the chosen character until the beginning of your next turn. So he steals powers like Hope Summers, basically. That is good. That is really good. And we already know the Justice League Dark are looking fantastic now with all of the new characters. Oh my goodness, they're looking good. Oh, also super rare. Like I told you, this set is going to make the super rares just, you're going to go bonkers. And I think that's what they really needed to do. They needed to make really good sought after characters in the super rare slots. I know people say, oh, I don't like it because I can't get that character. No, it needs to be that way. Because if you pull a super rare and it's a crap figure and it's a crap dial, that's where the game loses its value. It's because you get the hard figure to get and it's garbage, or it's a garbage character. Now, maybe you don't know who this guy is, because I personally don't. But the dial is worthy of a super rare slot. And that's what I like. I know a lot of other people, give me something that's good in the hard to get slots. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that, but I totally agree with the Trinity as super rares, because people want them, and it should be, it shouldn't make it super easy to get them. Like if you get them, it should be a reward. Nowadays, it's not that hard to get super rares. If you really want them, I don't know, this set might be more expensive than other sets, but for the most part, the prices just went down really quick. Unless you're like KC Flash, and that thing's still going for like $40, which is insane. But anyway, I don't think this guy's going to be uber expensive, because it is unique, and it's kind of gimmicky, because he could get blown out of the water. He could really get blown out of the water. I'd love to see a strategy to get him to that click, because TK him with that last click, run a shot, pulse wave, boom, 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 take it. And he's got willpower, so he's doing it 2 turns in a row. Amazing. Okay, let's go. Okay, Dr. Light. I'm not going to go too much about this. I know a lot of people don't like this figure. I think that power that gives you a D6 roll on top of your speed is incredible. And you can move through blocking terrain. I don't know why anyone would hate that power, because you start off with run and shot. Let's just think outside of the box here. 16 run and shot, that's an 8 movement run and shot. That's 8 movement is as long as like some people's normal movement. And you can go through walls and you can carry people. Okay, the downside to it, yeah, he only does 2 damage. But there's characters that have enhancement. Oh, yeah. You throw him with enhancement, now you're going 3 damage through. Yeah, he's 100 point. There's some things there. I don't think it's all that bad. And middle die, got invincible. And then end of the dial, he runs away like a little baby. When he does, he gets a free regen. He's going to be a pain in the butt. And I always like super senses and shape change together. Thank you very much. Damage output here, kind of low, but I don't hate him. I really don't. I really, really don't. That second click, yeah, push into that second click and just go to town. He could go down really quick if you fail your super sensitive shape change rolls, but I don't know. And I don't really love the damage output on this guy, but the bouncing around the world at light speed and being able to move through blocking terrain, there's some potential there. There's really some potential. And he's not terribly that expensive. He just doesn't have willpower. Okay, Dr. Light. Okay, we're not going to really go. We definitely can't cover this guy too much. We have a cheap enhancer. And he does have some run and shot pulse wave, light damage output there, and regen. I just see this character as a filler piece. If you need a slot, if you need to fill in a slot for that point value, I see this more as a sealed figure. I don't really see this guy unconstructed at all. A Vandal Savage. Okay, now we really have to cover this. There was a lot of hate on this guy. Now, the first thing I need to cover is his leadership power. If he succeeds with his leadership power, modify the attack value of all friendly characters by +1. He's friendly to himself. So when I look at this dial, I see some really good attack values here, but overall kind of average, maybe slightly above average stats for attack. But with that power, and I say slightly, slight because for the points, he's kind of expensive. But if you get that leadership role, now numbers start to look real deadly, really deadly. Let's just say you just hit your leadership role. Also, you friendly characters get this effect as well. But let's just listen here. 11, 10, 12, 12, 10, 11, 11, 11, 12, 13, 13. Those sounded pretty damn good to me, if you ask me. Now, yes, you do have to hit that leadership role. So, I'm just saying the potential. That's why he's probably that expensive. What else do we have here? Close combat expert paired up with probability control on that during that action, which makes sense. Like, I'm a close combat expert. I got probability to make sure it does what it's supposed to do. And you have that 3 clicks. 1 click you have it with flurry, which that does not work together. You have one with a stealth. Okay. And you have one with steel energy, which is interesting. Well, no, that works. Steel energy works. I was thinking flurry, but steel energy works with flurry as well, but the first one would pop you off of it, but it doesn't. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like those clicks. And then you also have, no. Close combat expert. I'm looking at the damage one. The damage one is the outwit perplex. Those are on those clicks, the ones I just went over. The close combat expert is the attack, which is on your first click. Not bad. You can't use it with you can't use it with charge, but okay. Charge in, then next turn, push to use the close combat expert with probability. Not bad. And you have again click 5 and 6 and 10. 10 is pretty crazy. Flurry and close combat expert. Obviously, you can't combine those two as well, but it gets interesting. I don't know. He's a lot of points. He is expensive. He could go down in a blaze of glory or just go down in a pitter patter. But he takes a lot of damage. Top dial 250, the toughness is kind of weak. I think that's the one thing that I don't like the most about him. I don't know. There's something about him that I feel like he's going to play better than what people think. I really do. I think this is the guy that they're down on him, but he's going to play a little better than people think. But not necessarily for everyone. Not every piece for every game is going to play awesome. I don't think he's as bad as people think. Hulkman. Okay, well, simply this guy is good. I can't say. Okay, you got charge and you do not have the speed. That's amazing. I got 10 movement, and there's no restriction on movement. A lot of them were like straight lines. No, this guy does not care about no straight lines. He's flying over, hitting you with a 12 precision strike for 3 damage. And you're going to take it because it's Hawkman, and he's a beast. And he looks awesome. That sculpt is amazing. Okay, What else do we have here? Hulkman can use Quake. If Hulkman is a part of the Justice League of America theme team, give him a move action. After the action resolve, he can use Quake as a free action. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty good because he has charge, right? On those clicks, he has charge, but he doesn't have the full movement charge. This basically says, yeah, move, and then after action resolve, Quake. So you have two different options to make an attack there. He has Indom. So first attack, come in there, hit him with the 12-3. Next turn, depending on if you sidestep away, because his movement power gives you that full movement charge. Plus, if he does and hits, he can use sidestep as sidestep this turn. You also would still have to break away. So you could, if you make the breakaway, now it really works to your advantage because you have energy shield deflection, which makes him harder to hit at range. So it's a really good combination to charge in. If you get the sidestep back, and now you're at 19 net defense. And if they can only shoot you, well, now guess what? It's going to be a lot harder. If they can, if they have charge, then whatever, maybe you don't sidestep away. I don't know. You may not, because then the next turn you have a better chance to use your close combat expert, because you can. The way it's worded is you don't get sidestep first, so you can sidestep away. It's like almost like a reaction to the attack. So like you wouldn't, if you had sidestep just in general, then you could use sidestep, come in with close combat expert, but that's not the way this works. So you just have to figure out what's best for you. If you want to stay next to him, then you can pair up your close combat expert. But if your opponent looks like they're going to really hurt you and it's better for you to be away, then do it, because you want to survive. That's the key to the game, not maybe stay there for the potential to do 5 damage, right? Yeah, this guy's good. For the points too, amazing. Just, there's some good stuff in this set. Ultraman. Okay, there was a lot of hate on Ultraman, and when we look at Superman, which is Superman is up next, you will see. But this guy doesn't look that bad on the surface. When he occupies hindering terrain, his powers and abilities can't be countered. Sweet. Why wouldn't you be in hindering terrain? Because he's a flyer and he has no hindrance. He starts off with hypersonic and super strength and invincible 4 damage. I mean, come on. I mean, that's nice, right? I mean, that's not bad at all. That's a good starting click. 225 is kind of expensive. Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but it's not bad. His second click, he starts to drop off really quick. Then we start to see, okay, that's not the greatest. I mean, I'm spending a lot of points. I need him to stay good, right? He needs to be able to take a hit. Click 3, he kind of stops the bleeding a little bit and gets a new power set with Psychic Blast. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now, if you want to play at 125, where I think people are going to play, if they're going to play Ultraman, they're going to play him at 125. And because you have the potential to do 6 clicks of damage either at close combat or from range. That's a really good. And he can see through stealth, and his powers can't be countered if you're in hindering terrain. He's flyer. He is in Dom. Not bad. I really see the potential for him at 125 to be a quick damage dealer, and he can soak up some damage at that point value. At 225, I mean, for 3 more clicks, you get what? 100. For 3 more clicks, you spend 100 points. That's not really good return on your investment, and he's not exponentially better for those 3 clicks. 125, I could see myself playing him at 125, to be honest. It's not that bad at all. Yeah, it's not that bad. Okay, we're going to wrap this up with Superman, and we will see what 25 points gets you. A lot. Okay, so we have Superman here, and some people are going to not like this. Some people are going to really, really dig this Superman. And I personally, I think Superman needs to be good. You know, I don't. We're all gonna sit here and be like, I hate that Superman. He's hard to get, you know, whatever, and he's so hard to kill. He's just a pain. He's Superman, you know, like I don't know. Like I look at him again, and I really do think he's gonna wreck house. This guy is probably the closest one-man army that I've seen in a very long time. A very long time. And on a team, he's even better. And his 115 is arguably, it's good. I mean, I don't want to say better. I don't want to say better because it. Okay, let's just go. This is insane. Wait, hypersonic, super strength, and invincible, and special on damage, which I'll go and say this is really important. Superman can use leadership. When he does and succeeds, modify attack and defense values of all friendly characters by 1. Okay, so this is another Vandal Savage kind, but this one's even better. Superman says, I'm the leader, and if I hit my leadership roll, we all get +1 to our attack and +1 to our defense. What does that tell you? Oh, if I hit it on my top dial, I'm a 1320. You heard me right. 1320. Okay, that sounds like Superman, but it also sounds ridiculous. For 250 points, you really have a character that you could sit there and say, this is a one-man army. And you still have 50 points to put something on there, a resource to make them even more insane. Now, the only problem I see with one-man armies like this and other one-man armies is you need to be able to take a hit. You need to be able to heal yourself up, and you need to be able to do, lots of damage. Because you run the risk of being out-actioned. And this guy kind of covers all of those bases. Perfectly? No. But enough? I think so. A new kind of Justice League. Adjacent friendly characters with a lower point value and the Justice League keyword can use Superman ally team ability. That's great. I mean, that's amazing. Friendly characters named Batman and Wonder Woman do not need to be adjacent or a lower point value. Again, the Trinity in this set are going to be very good. Okay, we also have Frozen Breath, which is pretty nice. Superman can use Incap when he does. If he uses it as a close combat action, he may target all adjacent opposing characters. If he uses it as a ranged combat action, he hits the target. An area effect may include all untargeted characters that are adjacent to the hit character. Basically, it affects everyone next to the person that you target. Pretty good. Also, let's go with our special defense power. Superman can use Impervious at the beginning of your turn. If Superman was damaged by an opposing character attack since your last turn, heal him 1 damage. Now, let's look how many clicks of that we have. Click 2, click 3, click 4, click 5. All of those potentially get you back up to your top dial. Again, this character can heal himself up. So you deal damage to him, he can heal himself up. Now, it's only 1 damage, so you're not going to be able. It's not going to be you can't really heal yourself up all the way up to top dial, depending on. Unless you get hit on your second click, and then it would work. But it helps to get clicks back. In a character like this, any click back is a bonus. Top 3 clicks are amazing. All the clicks with the leadership are amazing, and you get that leadership power at the 115 mark. At the 115, 10, 10, 17, 4. Not bad, be it the leadership. So you could potentially be a 10, 11, 18. Great stuff. It is kind of short there, but I mean, that's what you're kind of expecting. And I mean, it's good stuff. The Superman's amazing. So that's pretty much it. I think that concludes what I have for you guys here today for Trinity Wars. It is what? January 26th. I think they got moved back a week or two. So it's not coming out on the original date, but when it comes out, it's, we're all going to be super stoked to unbox some DC Trinity Wars. Yeah, looks good so far. I mean, there has not been too many misses. The one really low point for me was the common Dr. Light, but it's a throwaway filler piece. So that you're going to get those. You're going to get those. But super rares so far look pretty sweet. Rares look pretty good. A lot of cool combinations, a lot of new powers, some pretty cool stuff here. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited as well. I'm already taking pre-orders for the set on the website. So if you're looking to pick that up, definitely check out Classic Kind of Hobbies to pre-order the set. I will be having singles as well. I don't know what else I want to just leave you guys with. Like I said, I've been kind of busy of late. Just staying busy. I've been working on some games. We are currently just kind of running ideas, designing games. Going to probably kickstart a game here probably in the next couple of months. Obviously optimistic on the results, but we know that anything could happen. Nothing's given, so we're gonna try our best, and we're gonna try to start small and then possibly work our way up to something bigger and better. And it's not gonna be Heroclix based. I love Heroclix. I don't want to even try to compete with making stuff like that, but we all play other types of games, and just trying to figure out something that it's fun, right? So we all play other games as well. So we're all gamers, and it's kind of fun. What else? Oh, like I said, I will be hosting a Rock Super Qualifier in April. I think I'm going to do the 18th in Melbourne, Florida. So if you're in the area in Florida, please check us out. We want to have a pretty good turnout, and along with the prize support that The Rock gives us, I'll be adding in some more prizes as well. I'll be saving up some Trinity Wars stuff, possibly some bricks, cases, possibly chase figures, all that kind of good stuff. I also have stuff in the store that I can toss in as well with con figures, maybe some older con figures. I don't know. Anyways, I think it'll be a good event. Definitely, if you're in Florida, you got to make it. Got to make it. Okay, guys. I don't know what else to say. I definitely need to start making some more videos. I miss it. It's been a lot of fun making this video tonight, and I really I hope I can keep it up. But it's not easy to stay busy, and you just get tired. The last couple of nights, I just got tired. I got tired. I couldn't even stay up. But anyways, I'm gonna go, guys. Please leave me some comments and tell me what you guys think about this video. Inspire me to get my act together and keep on making videos for you guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna go for now. Okay, and yeah, leave me some comments, subscribe, and I'll keep on pumping out some Heroclix videos. Hopefully, we'll do some. Well, we're doing unboxing videos like always, but I like to talk to you guys and talk to you about figures and strategies and stuff like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. See ya. Oh, I'll be at Origins this year as well. I did already book my room for the Crown Plaza. So Origins, here I come.